sold a printer. I sold a box of glassware.
Mm-hmm.
I sold a desk clock.
Mm-hmm.
I sold a PlayStation controller set.
Uh-huh.
Just random things.
Huh. Wow. Good job.
Yeah, it's so strange after, boy, that middle part of March was slow.
Yeah.
It's picked up the last 8 days, 9 days. It's been a little better.
That's great. Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Chick Picker.
How's everybody doing today?
Chick Picker.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, stop it. Quit it. Quit it some more. Let's see here. Get the chat up and running. Oh, why does it do that? So frustrating. Well, I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday morning. Hope everybody's staying safe out there and staying inside. It's kind of creepy. I mean, even a town as little as mine, it's still, I mean, you can definitely tell that there's none or, very little movement, going in or going out.
I know. Things are different. I'm used to this time of day. They built a new elementary school at the end of our street, and so right at this time of day, and then 3:30 in the afternoon, there's just massive traffic jam in front of my house.
Uh-huh.
Well, not a traffic jam, just cars zooming up and down.
Yeah.
But not lately.
Yeah, it's definitely calmed down.
There's very little traffic on the roads.
Yeah. So
eerie, odd.
It's crazy. It's like, what happened to everybody, and Morning, Sally.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you guys?
Yeah. Hanging in there.
Yeah, me too.
Hanging in there. Have you gone stir crazy yet?
Yep, I'm just about there.
Ready to get back to the norm?
Yeah, Roberta stopped by the store this morning, and Teresa was telling him that I guess the what do you call it, the HR, they put in for my PTO this week, and they put it in for all the way through Sunday, and so she can't put me on the schedule until next Monday. I'm like, well, crap.
Well, I mean, it's been a good little vacation for you, if you want to call it that. No.
I don't want to call it that.
Well, I know you didn't want to take it as your vacation, but you know,
Oh, that's what happened.
yeah. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, Hank.
Hi, Patty and Hank. Yeah, Brandon went to work and he was only there for about 30 or 45 minutes and he ripped his pants.
Oh my gosh.
Like from the knee to the crotch. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
So what did he do? Did he just go and buy another pair of pants?
no, he told his boss, he says, I'm gonna go home I'm gonna clock out for about 30 minutes and I'll be right back. And she goes, what happened? He goes, I ripped my pants. She goes, yep, please do that.
Oh my gosh.
At least he wasn't going commando or something, you know?
Right.
Hi,
Yep.
Shirley. Good morning.
Morning, Shirley.
I was just watching this. If you haven't seen it, I shared this Jeff Dunham link for a video. He made a video with all his puppets, you know,
Oh, cool.
and about Corona and stuff, and they're making like a ton of jokes. It is pretty funny.
You gotta have some laughter in all this.
Oh yeah. If you don't, you'd be crying.
It's
I would be. Just the way that, like, you know, anxiety works, like that would, you know, to look at the numbers and everything, you'd be like, I don't want to be here right now. You
Yep.
know, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, Fishing and Picking says, actually Mike said, good morning, Mike. He said showing off his new scar, Brandon, bragging how much it hurt with his ripped pants.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Morning, Kathy. How you doing? How's your recovery going?
Hi, Kathy. Good to see you.
Morning, Bum Crack Picker. I don't think he ever sleeps.
No, he doesn't.
I think he's a robot.
Yeah, it's possible.
Did you get any sales yesterday, Sally?
I did. I got 3.
Nice.
So yeah, I was happy with that.
Todd got like 10.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
I had my biggest day in like 2 months, except for that gold necklace I sold last month.
Morning, Julie.
Man, oh man. Well, I got myself into a shit mess.
Uh-oh.
Because I sold a pair of pants last night and couldn't find them. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't done my jeans inventory yet. And so, you know, I'll try to find them in there. Yeah, they weren't in there.
Really?
Yeah. But I had a pair that was like it. And it was a better brand. So I sent those instead.
You don't want to be in a shit mess with the lack of toilet paper.
Well,
No, that's true.
And so now I'm doing jean inventory, and you want to know how many freaking pairs of jeans that I have that aren't listed probably? It is not good.
Yeah.
It's, I would say at least 20 pairs so far, and we haven't even gotten into the second 2 rows. And how I'm doing this is I went through all my listed items last night for pants and looked for pants. Some of the pants, like the dress pants and stuff, are mixed in with the other clothes.
Right.
You know, so I've already done inventory on those. They already have a number, they're already on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever was already new inventory, I left it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it didn't have a number and I hadn't done inventory on it, then I deleted it. And so it's in my deleted listings right now. And then so that way I can go through what I have
Mm-hmm.
and double check to make sure it's not there.
Right.
And you know what I mean? It is a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
And of course, Brandon's getting all pissed off at me. You know, if you would just write what it is on the outside of the package, then you wouldn't have this problem. And I'm like, yeah, that'll take away all my problems, just to bundle everything up and make sure I write it on. That's how he does his inventory.
Well,
He doesn't have anything, no numbers for nothing. But yeah, he's only probably got 75 listings. Too.
right.
So
Yep, makes a big
I'm
difference.
just, you know, I gotta get these inventoried. So now I have
Yeah, plenty of
bunch
time
of-
to do it.
I have a bunch of pants that I need to freaking list.
Yep.
You know, and I've been putting this off. I am not gonna freaking lie.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got almost all my other. I have like 2 or 3 more things in this box that needs to go like on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say on the shelves, I'm talking about in a box because it's not going to fit on the shelves.
Right.
Like my shelf is full. So,
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what I'm doing today.
There you go.
I got it all planned out.
Just make sure you get some listed, you know, get some stuff listed. That way you
yeah.
keep your momentum.
Yeah. I have, you know, one of those open IKEA bags that don't
Mhm.
have a zipper. They just have the handles.
Mhm.
That's full.
Believe me, I know. I know about the whole inventory thing, and it is a pain in the butt. But I will tell you, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because when you got to go get something, all you got to do is go over, grab it, come back. I mean, it's not frantic. It's not, you know, it's not any of those.
Right. Let's get it done and you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it done and I know it's so much easier.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I put it off for so long. I know why I put it off, because it's a big job.
Yeah, it is.
And you know, when I first started, everybody was saying, whatever you do, when you first get started, start your inventory, you know, do a system. And did I listen? Nope.
I didn't either. Mine's still a big mess.
Well, and it's different with hard goods too. Like if you have a lot of hard goods and you have just a little bit of clothing inventory, when I say a little bit, I mean less than 100.
Mm-hmm.
If you have less than 100, then that's kind of manageable.
Right.
But then if you go to a sale and you get a hold of a bunch of good stuff and you know, clothing things, and you add to that inventory, you are in a pickle before you even know it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good to either just start numbering them and number your boxes if that's all you got.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have money to spend on, you know, like shelves or whatever, to where you can, you know, kind of make it a little bit easier, because that's how me and Valerie are doing it. But if you could do that, then that would be easier.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's really easy, it makes it easier to see them.
Right.
You know, because like even last night when I was looking for those pants, I I could go down my shelf and I could see what was gray and say, oh, let me, check this. And, if it looked like a pair of pants or whatever, I would check it and, see if it was them.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I had screwed up or something, but it wasn't. So, but it was good just to be able to see, though.
Right.
Just to be able to see what was there in a box. It kind of makes it a jumbled mess, but it's better than nothing.
Right.
Especially if you have them numbered, it's better than doing nothing with it. Because
yeah, numbering them is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to keep the system going. I have slacked off because I think I've got 2 totes of listed stuff that's been recently listed,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't put it away yet. And so,
is it numbered at least?
It's numbered. Oh yeah, everything gets a number.
That's good.
All the clothing gets a number.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting it put away, that's a different story. So
yeah, I know.
I gotta get that done.
It's a task.
But we're trying.
But you learn if you get over a certain amount of clothing inventory, you learn that certain ways are going to help you.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh man, I wish I should have. I should have, would have, could have. I really wish I could go back in time right now.
Yeah.
And fix this, but
I know.
Yeah.
And that's really my next big move is working on the hard goods, because I know that's probably worse.
See, my hard goods, I kind of have a benefit with those because I have a lot of shelving for those kind of things, and I have them like I have the books in one place, and I have the CDs and picture frames and stuff like that all right there.
Yeah.
And then I have all the games in one place.
Ringo.
And the same with like I put all my Christmas stuff on one shelf, 1 or 2 shelves actually, but it's like all seasonal stuff, all seasonal. So the Easter stuff is in there and Halloween stuff is in there too, so I have like all of that together to where I'm not going to have to, try to fight to find something. And then like toys are all together, kitchen stuff is all together.
Yep.
It's just making sure that, whenever you do list something like that, that you put it where it belongs.
Right.
Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning.
Maggie.
Morning, Maggie.
How's everybody?
I'm good. Did you have a $400 day like I did yesterday? Brag.
No, I didn't, but you go ahead and brag. You've earned it.
Mike's jealous of me. I looked back up in the chat and he said, I suck.
Bingo. That is enough.
Morning, Beth, Jolie, and Val, and Kathy.
Julie.
Bum cracking Mike. No, I did not have a $400 day.
Yeah.
I think I have one going out today, but I was bad. I didn't do a lot of listing yesterday.
I didn't do any listing. Man, eBay
Oh,
shut down
geez.
for like 4 hours yesterday.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I had a hard time.
Yeah, I
did a
broke
few
it.
It was your juju. It was your juju that broke eBay
Must have
yesterday.
been. I was scared because it just came up system unavailable, and I'm like, what? No, that's not an option.
I know.
So it's like, well, I guess I'm not listed on here today.
But I was able to do draft what I was able to do was do drafts on the phone.
Yeah.
So I took pictures and threw pictures into the draft so I could work on them today. But yeah.
Ringo, what are you growling about?
And then I spent we're doing I'm sorry, I know I keep telling you chorus things, but that's what I've been spending my time on. We've been doing this interviews with people in the chorus. So we're going into Zoom and we're doing interviews like 10, 15 minutes and then putting them out on our Facebook page. So I spent one of our quartets. I was the interviewer, they were the interviewees, and we did this really great 20-minute interview. It went so well. And then when I was all done, it only recorded audio, not video.
Oh,
like
no.
a black screen. I think it's because another person started the meeting. And then when I came into the meeting, they switched over to me as the host.
Okay.
And then I pushed record, like we talked a little bit. I pushed record, we recorded the 20-minute interview, and then we stopped. I exited, I left the meeting. They continued on for a while, but I don't know if that had anything to do with why.
Did it record any of it? Like
just
video?
audio,
no video. That is
No.
strange.
Yeah.
Because like when I come on here, and I don't know if it's the same type of thing, but when I come on here, I go up at the top where you would normally sign in. It'll say video on or video off, and I have to go up there and click that every morning. Video on. So that may have something to do with that. I don't know.
No. I've never been able to get it to go live on YouTube. I can't. It gives me that. It brings up that thing. Put these settings into your, and I can't find anywhere in Zoom to put those. So I've given up on YouTube live, but we've done other recording. We've recorded 2 other videos, but and all I've done is just push record.
Yeah.
And that worked fine.
And it worked fine. So the only thing I could think of was that I was not the original host.
Yeah. Like maybe somebody else didn't set it up right or something.
Maybe that's the only thing I could think of. It recorded the entire thing audio, but it didn't record any video.
Man, that sucks.
I know.
I've been there to where I've done like a whole thing and I had no audio.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like I'm doing sign language and stuff, with the hearing impaired.
That was it. The problem, I think, wasn't it, that you weren't the originator of the video?
That's what I think. I think because I went in after the fact, and
yeah, I think if you originated it, you probably would have been able to put it live, I would think.
Oh, we've not been able to put it live. I don't know why we can't put it live at all.
Oh, not even the originator can?
No, not even as the original. What happens is I hit live, go live on YouTube, and then it brings up this screen that says you must first put this code into your settings of your streaming program. But I can't find anywhere in Zoom that I need to put.
Have you called Zoom?
I have not. No, I haven't.
Okay, that might help.
Yeah,
I mean, they could be able to.
It's like reading the manual when you're trying to put something together.
Oh yeah. And sometimes it's just a simple little click, and it's and that fixes it. So
it's like those IKEA furniture things. What are these extra pieces left over?
Right.
Already built. Or Wait, that piece of wood should have been on the other side facing the other
Oh, I
direction.
hate that. I've put together so much furniture in my life that I can do it in a pretty big snap right now.
Yeah.
But like
I can do it quick the wrong way.
it used to be bad. Like whenever I first started doing it, my first experience doing a big thing, I bought Montgomery Ward's was going out of business, and I bought a futon for like $100, and at that time those were originally like $800. So I bought it for $100, and I lived in an upstairs apartment, and so I had to carry it up the stair. It was probably 200 pounds.
Wow.
And I carried it up the stairs. I had to take it out of the box. And so I had all these pieces that I was carrying up little by little, and then got the futon mattress up there by myself. That was like, I don't know how many pounds. I would say 70. It was like 70. It was like dragging a dead body. And
Because
so
you have experience with that, right? You know what that
yeah.
feels like.
The dead bodies.
Right. So yeah, I carried the thing up by myself, and then I went to go put it together, and all the instructions were in Japanese.
Oh.
And then they had pictures, but the pictures didn't match the instructions. So it was completely like, for what I could see, like, use this piece, and it would say the piece number in English, but then like everything else was in Japanese. So I had to figure it out on my own. And I had to like build it, unbuild it, rebuild it like several times.
Yeah. I always get to the end of an IKEA thing. Where did I mess up? And then I look at the instructions. Step 2.
Crap.
Out of 85 steps, it was on step 2 that I messed up. So you got to take the whole thing apart back to step 2.
Yep.
I got step 1 right. I'm so proud of myself. Step 2. Let's see. Step 1 was like, take the tape off the outside of the box.
I also remember at that time, Kawanda was our sister-in-law, and she had built a bookshelf, and she built it for like an entertainment center type bookshelf. So she had electronics and stuff sitting on the shelf, like a alarm clock, and I don't know what else, a cable box or something. So she was cutting a hole in the back of the entertainment center to where the cords could come through. Well, she took the knife that she was cutting the hole with, and she accidentally stuck it into an electrical outlet. And she shocked the shit. She shocked the shit out of herself.
Oh my God.
With like a steak knife. She put that sucker right in an electrical outlet.
Oh my God.
There's so many things that we have done in our lives that we could have been dead.
Oh yeah.
Like we have like 9 lives or something. I don't know. Like there's a lot.
I didn't really need COVID. I could have been killed in so many ways already.
Yeah, that one meme really gets me. If I die from touching my face from all that I've been through in my life, and I die from touching my face, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah.
It's like, why wasn't I killed in all the years I drove school buses? Because stuff always happens on a bus.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. One time a hawk flew right in front of the windshield, just blew it out, just crushed that hawk against the windshield. I was like, where did he come from? And all the kids screamed, and I was weaving back and forth. It's a good thing the road was empty, or I would have taken out all kinds of cars. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, if you think about all the ways you could have been killed already.
I mean, on a bus, I can name 10. I can probably tell you 10 stories that has to do with the bus.
I once swam to the bottom end of the public swimming pool and stuck my finger in that grate at the bottom where the water sucks in. And I got my finger stuck.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Man, you talk about panicked little kid.
Yeah.
I finally got it
but-
loose. Lifeguard never even noticed I was down there.
Wow.
Ah, that is crazy. Yeah, when I was in high
Kinds of
school,
stuff like that.
when I was in high school, there was a place for the buses to come in, and then on the other side of that, it was like at the corner of our school. So there was a place for the buses to come in, and then there was a triangle that had like trees and stuff that people would sit under, to eat lunch and stuff like that. We were eating lunch on this side of the triangle. So to go this way, there's where the buses come in, and then there's the triangle where people sit and eat lunch. So there was, a little bit of a space in between, but there was people that I know that were over there, and there was a girl. It was open campus during lunch. So there was a girl, and she wasn't experienced stick shift driver, but she turned the corner and she hit the curb and went over it, and she smashed one of the kids to the tree. And he's alive. He's my friend on Facebook and stuff to this day, but I think that his nether region, yeah, however you say that, is not good.
Down there.
I heard that things got taken off and stuff. So,
wow.
But he was pinned between the truck and the tree. And of course, like, it was so hard he was a jock. And so like this girl, she had the worst time in high school, and I tried to, befriend her because she was I knew her. She was an acquaintance, but I didn't really know her. I tried to be her friend because she just had a really rough time. People were telling her stuff and, saying that she was, she shouldn't have been behind the wheel, and, shoulda, woulda, coulda stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when you're a kid, it's like, this is all new to you anyway. So, you don't have that wisdom to, keep yourself from doing stupid stuff like that. But yeah, I have so many stories in my life. I really should write a book. I should write it down, at least.
You should just start a series on your YouTube channel, telling
stories.
Telling stories.
Oh man.
Or we should just have a regular story time with Sally portion of the show every.
There you go.
Man.
Bum crack.
Well, there you go.
He had a damaged undercarriage.
Mike did the same thing I did with the grate at the bottom of the swimming pool. We're just stupid kids, aren't we, Mike?
We had an incident here with, I think it was a hot tub, though. I think it was teenagers in a hot tub, and the one girl had really, really long hair, and her hair got caught in the, and nobody, literally, the tub was so, she died because the tub was so full, and people didn't realize she was on the bottom there, caught.
Oh my God.
With her hair caught in the.
I would have been scratching people, and
yeah, you would think she would have made more. Oh, I don't know, but it.
Yeah, and never do bubbles in a hot tub. Never put bubbles in a hot tub. I will.
Okay. Are you speaking from experience?
I did get some experience in that. Do not do that. I almost died.
Oh Lord!
Because I was in the hot tub, and there was bubbles, but they were, and maybe it could have been like panic. And I think maybe it was a little more panic than anything else, but like there was just so many bubbles, like it was just like covering my face. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I
Oh,
couldn't
wow.
breathe. And it just, it just kept, I couldn't move because everything was so slippery because it was so much soap
many
and
bubbles.
whatever. Oh my gosh. It was bad. It was
Val,
bad.
the bubble lady.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
make
funny.
bubbles in the hot tub, but it's because I'm farting.
Oh
but-
my gosh.
Oh,
Well,
That's
I
great,
believe
Todd.
that. I do believe that.
all right. We're not going in the hot tub with Todd on the cruise.
No.
Okay.
Fishing and picking. I saw that this morning. Just got word that Virginia has ordered a stay at home until June 10th. That's
Oh my
just
gosh.
literally crazy. I mean, they're not going to be able to keep people home for months on end. I just can't. I can't.
No.
I can't see spending my whole summer inside
No.
or like at home with nowhere to go.
Val says, don't put bubbles in a hot tub, but skydiving is okay.
That's right.
Yeah. At least you have wind coming through your, in your face.
At least you can breathe.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. Morning, Texas Val. Hope you're having a good morning.
You would think it would be awesome, right? A hot tub full of bubbles. You would
You would
think it would
think.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. It sounds,
Yeah.
yeah. If
Relaxing.
you've got, yeah, and I'm sure, it was probably done a little there was too much stuff to make the bubbles. There was too much soap or whatever. So I'm sure that was one of the issues. I'm sure it would have been fine if it was just a little bit, but I guess with the jets going and everything, it just moved the water, and so the movement of the water made more bubbles, and it just kept going.
Well, I got when I lived in that house in Strathmore, I had a stacked washer and dryer.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the tub is smaller, so you put small, like a littler amount of soap in there. Well, whenever I first used it, I didn't know that, and I actually was like trying to wash like kind of a big blanket, not like a comforter or anything, but just like a big blanket.
Mm-hmm.
So I put extra soap. It filled up that whole back room, that whole like there was no space in there. It was all filled up with soap.
It was like one of those episodes from Brady Bunch or something, right?
Yeah.
Or
Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Good
my
morning,
God.
Anamora. Anamora.
It's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fishing and Picking says National Guard is being sent to Virginia Beach to keep people off the beach.
That's good.
Yeah, they're closing our beaches here too because people won't stay away.
Yeah. One thing that I heard yesterday was that there was, and this was just in Kansas. I can't even imagine, all around, but there was a lot of people still having church things,
Yeah.
functions, probably like, maybe even revivals or something like that. There was like a bunch of, it was a function, and it was a church function, and there was like 500 people there.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, come on, people.
What are
And
they
now
thinking? That's just crazy.
Now they're thinking it's airborne.
Right.
Now that there's, I've always thought that. I thought, that it mutated to being airborne, but yeah.
Well, I thought it's been airborne.
No, when it first started, it was all contact. But I think I think it mutated at one point, and now it's airborne.
I thought it was airborne since China.
No.
Hmm.
I know they
If
talk
it was
more
airborne
about,
in China, that China would have been wiped out.
Hmm.
You
Patty
would
says
think
if I,
so.
I would think so. I mean, because airborne contact, you know, you have your chances of catching it are pretty low because you have to have it, you know, come in contact with it. But airborne, you just have to be around, you know, breathing around it. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, okay, so they want you to limit the people that you're around to 10, is it 10 or below? 10 or
Mhm.
less? So wouldn't a plane have more people than 10?
Wouldn't you think they would shut down the air? Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only way that this is going
In
to.
a closed environment, right? In a closed, right? And
Yes.
where air is circulating and recirculating.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I just don't understand. I mean,
Christian Pickens says China is not reporting numbers
No,
correctly.
it just makes me crazy when these news organizations say China is, and I'm like, you can't believe a word that's coming out of China. You can't believe what
no.
they're saying about their numbers.
What you need, buddy? Hmm?
Patty says, if I
No.
lived at the beach, I would go for a walk on the beach alone. That is true. I literally live a block and a half from a beach, and we can walk on our beach, but the main beaches, people are driving down and walking on the board. They're just laying on, you know, and as the weather gets warmer,
Yeah, that's going to continue.
people will keep coming to, and I
Mhm.
say this as somebody who is, you know, I do not live here. We came here before
You
everything.
do live there, though.
I do live. I don't know. We own a home here, but I know.
She lies.
It makes me crazy that our primary residence is not here, but we came here before all hell broke loose.
Right, right.
But what they're afraid of is as the weather gets warmer, people will start coming down to yeah.
How is the Duggar family dealing with the funeral?
Right? That's true.
Yep.
You know, and even though like, you know, like right now, it's only me and Jonah here. Jonah's in his bedroom most of the time. I'm in here most of the time. You know, we talk, but he's usually standing across the room, or, you know, Brandon's usually sitting on the couch and we're talking. We don't like when I am sitting next to Brandon, I really try not to like talk towards him, you know, or, you know, and him, me too. Like we pay attention to that. Like, and if we have to cough or whatever, we cough into our sleeve or whatever,
Mhm.
you know, try to spread everything around. And I've been trying to keep up on wiping down surfaces and stuff like that too. So, you know, you just,
Yeah.
even though you live with some, I mean, like Brandon's at work right now, he could come home with something and,
Yeah.
you know, and pass it to us, you know, and that's not, I don't think that is something that you can keep from happening.
Right.
Morning, Frankie.
So
Yeah, it isn't. I know, Michael. I haven't left the house in days. Michael goes out. He'll go out to the grocery store, and then when he comes in, he, you know, washes his hands, and
yeah.
we're just careful. Mike, I am in New Jersey. I'm at the Jersey Shore in Cape May County. And Frankie's here. Good morning, Frankie. Beth has been selling quarantine packages to her kids and grandkids.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So Beth is not, you're not shut down. You're Beth is in Texas, right? You don't have any stay-at-home orders there yet, Todd, in Texas?
He does.
Um,
I thought.
yeah, the only place you're supposed to go is grocery and pharmacy and
Okay, so the same as us.
post office. You can still get takeout food at restaurants. But pretty much everything else is shut.
Yeah. Val.
The cooks probably are wearing gloves in the kitchen.
Let's hope.
Beth, I know that Job always had to.
Yeah.
When he worked there. I'm not assuming that they're gonna change the rules now with everything going on, but
Nah.
maybe they're limited. Maybe they don't have gloves.
Right.
I think our local pharmacies are switching to drive-up service only,
Mm-hmm.
or walk-up service. They're not
Thanks a
allowing
lot,
people in
Texas
the
Val.
store.
Thanks a lot, Texas Val.
I did read where the CDC is considering recommending wearing masks if you go out, because like Valerie says, they believe it's now airborne. It is now airborne, but they're afraid to recommend that because then
Then there'll
people
be a
will
run
be
on mice.
on masks.
Not mice.
Not mice.
Yeah.
I'm not
Mice.
putting the mice over
I don't
mice
want
on my
that.
face. Nah.
God, we
They
don't
got
want that.
plenty of them.
Yeah.
Got plenty of them.
Yeah, then there would be a run on them, and then people would
Yeah.
start hoarding them. What does it say?
So I saw this article this morning. The USPS got left out of the $2 trillion bailout,
Are you kidding me?
and so they may have to close by June.
What?
Yeah.
It still has
They
its
were-
regular budget.
Because they were asking for what was, I can't remember what it was that they were asking for. I think it was $35 billion, and that was to, be able to keep them open. And then they only got like 10 or something in and this is what I heard. They only got like 10 billion, but they're pretty sure somebody else said that, that they can, Walmart.
Yeah, here's another article. Walmart is planning to start taking employee temperatures as they report to work.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did in, was it South Korea, or that
I don't know.
you kind of control. You don't think it's a good idea, Valerie?
I think I definitely think it's a good idea, because there's a lot of people that are going to go ahead and go to work because they need the money,
Right.
and so they're going to go to work sick. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Is it
Yeah.
possible, do you think, to have a low grade temperature and not even know that you have it? Like that might be
Oh,
your
yeah.
first indication.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I s-
I don't know. I see a lot of people going to work being sick,
Yeah.
and just because they need the money, and yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
I mean, what happens if I go back to work and I get sick? I don't know if I can stay out of work because I won't have
Right.
any PTO.
Right. Yeah.
So that right there is like incentive for me to work even though I'm sick. Even though I wouldn't want to give anybody else what I had.
Right.
But what do? You're kind of stuck.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Mike says Walmart is handing the greeters rectal thermometers too.
No.
If you want to shop, it's going to cost you.
No.
Frankie
Oh,
says she saw a news story that Amazon workers are going on strike. I didn't see that about Amazon workers. I saw it about Instacart
Yeah, me too.
and another, maybe, yeah, some other group.
I think it was Grubhub or something like
Yeah, because of
that.
working conditions. I don't know. I mean, I do feel for people who are in those situations, but what would happen if,
Amazon actually fired a worker who was trying to start a strike.
Hmm. You know,
good morning, Glenn. Oh,
I don't know.
this is the Todd Daily Morning News Update. Let's see, what is this? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess they fired this guy.
I mean,
Maybe more
this,
because he was like trying to start shit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if there's only
I-
one person, it's kind of hard to. It's better to get rid of that one person than to have to fire, 10 or 20 more the next day.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, people should be, I would say, people should be happy to be working right now because
Yeah.
not everybody can.
Yeah.
And, I agree if you've got some, some bad work conditions or whatever, who knows what that could be? Could be, we're really busy and they're working us to the bone and which I don't really see that a lot of, I don't know. It's hard to say.
You don't know.
How do you
this guy
know?
was supposedly fired because he walked out because he wanted Amazon to clean their workspace, sanitize it, I guess, or whatever against the COVID.
Well, actually, they probably should have been doing that already.
Yeah, I mean, a
It's
lot
prob-
of like supermarkets are doing deep cleanings and
Well,
sanitizing at
I
night.
even know like the factory here, which is Lear, which they have factories all over, but they were cleaning their work area like with bleach and water. They were just, cleaning it up every like 2 hours or something.
Bleach
But
kills virus, doesn't it?
there was like 2 or 3 people that got sick in the Lear company, and so they closed it down.
But that's the thing too, is if you don't know, if you're not sure if it's through contact or if it's through airborne, I mean, they could have been doing all that for nothing.
See, I'm thinking, Valerie, that it's been airborne.
No, I mean, it may have been, but at one time it was contact. It was definitely contact. And then I believe that it mutated at one point and went to airborne. I don't know.
Good morning, Shirley.
If somebody coughs that has it and you walk into the area they were 3 hours later, you're going to get it.
No, because those droplets are not going to last in the air in that area. They're not going to last. They're going to go down to the floor.
So don't lick the floor in Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read an article about a pastor who had it and he didn't realize it. So he went into his office to get paperwork or whatever, not on the day, maybe on a Sunday. I don't, but in any case, he then was sick the next day, but his secretary went into work and she caught it from touching the things that he touched the day before, the doorknob and all of that. That's what this article said.
But
there's so many articles.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, and it could be that it's both. It could be contact or airborne.
Right.
So
Fishing and Picking says, did you read the article about the choir practice turns fatal after all the members got? I did read that article.
There's just so much.
Yeah.
Airborne stays 3 hours. I don't believe that. Because you have to, airborne is droplets.
I mean,
So, you know, if somebody's sneezing into the air, that's not going to last
in the air. For 3
in the
hours.
air. It's if there's any droplets, they're going to be too heavy and they're going to go down. That's what I think.
But they're going to go down onto a surface, either the
Yeah.
floor or a table or a
Yeah.
person's clothes.
Yeah.
Like if somebody coughed on me and droplets hit here,
Mhm.
and I go like this and I cough into my thing and I breathe that in,
Mhm.
breathe those droplets in, I
Mhm.
could get it.
Like the pastor's secretary, she wouldn't have been sick the next day because the incubation period is a little longer than that. You
Yeah.
know, it takes more than a day.
No, they didn't say that she was sick the next day. He
Oh,
was sick.
okay.
He didn't realize he was sick. He went into his office. He was doing things. He was sick the next day. They don't know how long he had
Oh,
it.
okay.
Then she went in. They think that she went into the office next. Like he was sick the next day. He never went back into the office, but they think
Mhm.
she caught it from him being in the office. She didn't get sick the next day, but
Okay.
she did eventually catch the virus, and they think that's where she got it from.
You know, there's so many
Yeah.
different many
Yeah.
different scenarios, and you
Yeah.
know,
There's just
and
stories.
you know, yeah, how do you really know where you're going to get it from? Especially if you're doing your day to day,
Right.
you're going here, you're going there, you're going to the
Right.
supermarket, you know, whatever. You know, how can you really pinpoint, you know, where you're getting that from? So, a lot of
Yeah.
speculation,
Yeah.
but yeah.
They just have no idea.
And that's why you really need to limit your, you know, where you go, stay in the house, and not really stay in the house, but just stay at home. There's been some people that have got mad at people because they were taking walks, you know.
Right.
You know, they were walking outside or what. That's not hurting anybody. You
Right.
know, I think you can be outside. I think you can be, you know, I don't think you have to be cooped up in your house. That's going to make a lot of people crazy. So
Yeah. Hi, Tessa.
I don't know. Morning, Teresa. I never know whether to call her Teresa or Tessa, but a
That's
nursing
the thing.
home, wow, 66 cases, and no way I'm going in tight space. Yeah. I don't blame you.
But people who have relatives in nursing homes and can't go visit them,
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's just it's sad.
yeah,
Yep, that's us.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Todd. How's your mother holding up? How's she doing without visits?
Yeah, she's got her 24-hour care ladies that,
They probably keep her pretty busy.
yeah. As long as reruns of Gunsmoke keep going, we're good with her. The Rifleman and Gunsmoke, and yeah.
Have you guys ever watched The Last Castle? Have you ever seen that movie?
Mm,
It has Robert Redford in it.
yeah, I've seen it. Uh-huh.
It's like one of my favorite movies. I have a thing for like prison movies, prison and like military type of thing, and that is like one of the best movies I've seen.
It's a good movie.
It's on the top 10, I would say. I splurged. I couldn't find it anywhere on any of the Netflix, all the doodads that I got. I couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to buy it or rent it for, I think it was $4. But yeah, it was a good movie. But I think that's, what people are doing right now is watching a lot of movies and
Yeah.
putting puzzles together and playing games.
So did they actually follow through and release all those nonviolent criminals like they were talking about?
I think they have.
They've already done that.
I think they've already done that.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think, who was it? It was Bridget, I think, that was talking about it. But I know that's probably a situation that's going on in every state, where they're trying to cut costs and trying to cut the possibility of having overpopulated prisons, and I don't know. I think they did that already.
Yeah. I haven't heard of any prison facilities that have the COVID, but boy, it'd be traveling fast through one of those.
Oh yeah, I would think so. I don't know. I think the the one of the biggest things that they could do, one of the biggest moves they could do, would be to cancel flights.
Oh,
and they
I
should
do too.
they should have done that from the very beginning.
But like, what about people that have to travel for work?
Yeah, they're screwed.
Good old Mayor DeBozo.
You're screwed. People that are traveling to from state to state, and I guess they could rent a car, drive home.
Oh, Glenn says his mom has to get staples removed this morning at the hospital, and it scares him that she had to go there.
And hopefully they'll keep her separated from everybody else.
Well, the main thing you can do, wear a mask, and then when you get home, the best thing that you can do is, you get home, you go through the garage if you can, and strip in the garage, put your clothes in the washer, and go get a shower, and that should be kind of a decontamination ritual. That way you're not carrying anything from the, but I mean, if it's airborne, it doesn't really matter. So I don't know.
Just say, thank you for being a friend. I posted something on Facebook that I seen, and it has a whole song, and you're washing your hands the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I love this.
Val says it's the only thing when I think of when you say puzzles and games is how many I can list.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a bunch of audiobooks, and I've been selling them too.
Have you?
Yeah.
See, I think I have some of those in the garage.
Oh, excuse me.
And I was right in the middle of a great audiobook that I listened to in my car. And I'm like, by the time I get back to it, I won't even remember the beginning of the story, right?
You have to start from the beginning.
I have to start all over again.
Yeah.
Hi, Lori.
Lori.
Hi,
Morning.
Lori.
You look spiffy today.
Yeah, I figured, well.
Very dapper.
Dressed uncomfortably, maybe I would work some more rather than be slack and lazy. So I thought, what the hell. So I'm going to the office anyway. So
there you go.
Of course, now Bambi's like, come on, mommy. It's like, nope, you go lay down your bed. I got stuff to do today. Got my new coffee cup going here. So
Woohoo!
of course, they messed up on Yoda.
Or kill you, I will.
Okay,
There you go.
They got Yoda is brown and he's supposed to be green. So, but oh well. Still
He
gets
looks
the
a
message.
little brown, or he looks a little green. I mean,
Gets the point across. You don't give me coffee, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
oh no.
Lay down. I ain't doing it. I don't care how cute you look. I ain't doing it.
Come on, mommy. Let's do like we do every day.
She's climbing up here herself.
She's gonna get up there. I guarantee you. By the end of the show, she's gonna be up there.
She's already up. She's already here.
Okay.
The hell are you, part mountain goat?
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Frankie. Hi, Bum Crack.
She says, I win.
Okay, you can lay on my lap. How's that? We'll have a. No, they're really earbuds. Give them back. Nope. You're such a heathen.
But
hi, Mike.
Yeah, Mike said Rikers Island Prison in New York has 167 cases already. They're letting a bunch of people out of jail all over. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good thing. let the murderers and stuff out. And here comes the purge.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Go.
So just be careful.
Bring it on, baby. That's what I say.
Be careful.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of messed up that I see it that way, but like, you know, there's not saying that I want people to kill people or anything, but I think if somebody that maybe is released from jail, maybe, you know, something will happen to where they'll get theirs, you know what I mean? Like, look at what's waiting for them.
Yeah, it's scary out there. I think that's yeah, definitely, Hank. I think they're doing that everywhere. Just trying to decrease the chances of spreading it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because it's such tight spaces in there that maybe they see that if. But the thing is there's like so many people that go into the prison system every single day.
Right.
You know, right. like that's an essential need. You have to have people there to watch people and to try to what is it called? Like rehabilitate.
Yeah.
You'll have your rehabilitators and you know, your teachers and stuff that go in there, and you know, there's like so many people yep. that do the food, you know, besides you know, the prison workers or whatever, but you know, people that oversee.
Oh yeah.
And guards and stuff. You have to have those people. So.
And here they're saying they're just letting low-level prisoners out and then they'll just ask them to come back and serve the rest of their sentence when this is all over. Like, yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Be right back.
Yeah, okay.
Gosh.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Exactly.
Quit. No.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's.
Stop. Here, lay down.
It's just a world turned upside down.
Yeah.
Yep. Life as we know it has changed. It's the end of the world as we know it.
But I feel fine. Yeah, it is And like this is something that our kids are gonna, remember and be able to tell their kids, we had to survive this.
Mm-hmm.
You were just little, or
Yeah.
you weren't born yet, or
Nope.
didn't really understand.
And we will survive it.
Yeah.
Quit. I'll be back. They're already starting. The other two went on my lap too.
Oh my God. You're such a pushover, Lori.
Frankie says this may sound bad, but the people caught with pot should just be let out, not harder drugs. Yeah, I mean,
I agree. I
and
agree.
that is what's happening.
It's, I mean, I understand that it was against the law at that time. And, especially the states that have gone legal,
Right.
I understand it was illegal at that time, and so that's why they still have to serve the sentence. But I think that they should be let out because it's it's kind of like a second chance still.
Yeah.
If they can, there's some people that can't survive without pot. They have such bad anxiety. So would you rather put them on Xanax or something that they could be addicted to?
I wish Teresa would smoke pot. Maybe her anxiety wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
Here. I'm gonna get her some brownies with it in it.
Well, that's what I heard this morning, that my husband's girlfriend, she has really bad anxiety, and she actually has really bad like health conditions too. Like she has severe asthma and stuff too. So she's been really scared. She works at Home Depot. She's been really scared that
Lord.
she was gonna, she's gonna get sick. So to go to sleep, she's been drinking, to be able to go to sleep.
That's even worse.
I know. And I told my son, you should tell her to do edibles or something, or CBD oil. I'm gonna talk to that girl.
Yeah, because drinking's the last thing you want to turn to.
Yeah, and you know what? People that do that, they do it for a long time. Like it becomes a real bad habit, and like with CBD oil and stuff, like even me, I mean, I've slacked off of it a little bit just because it's so expensive. But if it helps you, if you need it every day, then why not?
I heard that too. Fishing and picking. And Sally said my husband's girlfriend.
No. Did I say that?
I was like,
did I say that?
What?
I missed that.
I thought, well, I meant my son's girlfriend.
You've been watching Sister Wives or something, or what?
God, I wish I had one. I'd put her ass to work around here.
Me too. I said to Michael, he's welcome to find a sister wife just as long as she can cook.
Yeah.
I met my son's girlfriend. And I don't know her. I don't know her very well. I mean, they only spent a couple of days here, when they came to visit, but Hank, I love you. Anyways, yeah, I met my son's girlfriend.
I figured if somebody else didn't hear it, I was going to ask you about it, but they got to it before I did. Because I'm like, wait a minute.
It went completely by me. I didn't even.
That's what I thought too, Kathy, is that drinking is bad for people with asthma because it like reduces your respirations and stuff. It's good to see you, Charles. Well, thanks everybody for calling me out on that.
I'm like, wait a minute, I'm only on my second cup of coffee, but I know I heard my husband's girlfriend. I'm like, now wait a minute. And you're allowing this?
And not only that, giving her advice.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
My husband had one of those too, and I divorced him. So
Oh my God.
apparently, he had several I didn't know about, and they didn't know about each other, but they did it when I got done.
Oh my God. That's too funny.
Sister Sally Kinky. Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
I accidentally said my husband's girlfriend instead of my son's girlfriend. Valerie's like, what the hell's going on in here?
I was like, what did I come into?
A big pile of something.
Yeah, sounded pretty crazy.
Oh, wake up, Maggie.
Oh.
I'm telling you, if I had one, I'd put her ass to work. I would.
Sister wife, huh?
I'd be like, you take care of the children's, you know, which means the husband, the son, the dogs. You take care of the children's, and I will do what I'm doing over here. You can do all the cooking and cleaning and raising the children's.
That's crazy. I could never do that. I'm not a good sharer.
I don't share well. I cannot freaking talk.
Oh, wake up, Maggie.
I got Maggie. Time to get to work.
Like my mom said, always get rid of your old toys. Well, I did. Share them with the less fortunate.
Let somebody else play with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I listed a puzzle yesterday, and by God, it sold before I even got up from my desk.
Really?
Sold. I was like,
Wow.
It was a 2,000 piece puzzle. So
People love those.
Oh yeah. I was like,
People love those.
Mm-hmm. So if you got puzzles, get them listed. I've sold puzzles. I've sold PC games. I've sold some video games, some controllers.
DVDs. I've sold DVDs.
DVDs. I just sold 8 Nora Roberts audiobooks yesterday. All in one lot.
Nice.
And I have boxes full of audiobook I haven't listed, so I need to.
I'm almost out of them. I've sold through. I bought, I don't know, 50 or so of them. Oh no, there was almost 100 of them off of Facebook. And I'm almost out. I think I've got maybe 10 left now.
Oh,
so
awesome.
But now everybody's putting them on like Facebook Marketplace, and they're asking way too much for small quantities. It's like, no, if I can't get them for 50 cents, basically 50 cents a piece or less, I'm not going to fool with them.
They're not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I've got a couple of puzzles I need to get on. I got to count them first, and I don't want to do that.
Those, and if you can find those diamond paintings that haven't been done,
yep,
you can sell those. I like those myself, but I'm keeping mine because I actually do them. So
I don't think I've ever done those.
I haven't.
I have to use one of those helping hands with the magnifier so I can see, but it's tedious, but it's fun. And then when you get it all done, it's on a canvas, and you can put it in a frame or whatever, or do whatever you want with it.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm working on a Thomas Kincaid right now, so got a lot of colors and numbers. But what it is, it's a time suck. You'll sit there for hours and don't realize hours have gone by. So
kind of like jewelry, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jewelry.
How much? What? Frankie, you said how much? I don't remember what I was talking about.
Audiobooks, maybe? I don't know.
Well, the audiobooks I sold for $24.99 for the lot.
Yeah.
And then the puzzle sold for $29.99.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get those on today. Just buck up and count them and get them listed.
Well, that's the hard part. You just sitting there counting all the pieces,
Oh,
but
I
it's
know.
worth it. It's worth it if you can get your full asking price out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
If I had time, I would sit there and work them all, but I don't have time for that.
No.
Because I love puzzles too.
My mother used to do jigsaw puzzles. She did one that was the surface of the moon.
Oh,
And apparently there's all little names of places for the surface of it was just this big picture of the moon
uh-huh.
with all these little tiny names. She had to do it with a magnifying
Yeah.
glass.
Oh my
Crater
gosh.
names.
And the one day my sister, she had to be, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, maybe a little older, was doing flips in the living room, flip, 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 and flipped right into the table with the puzzle.
Oh
And
no.
all fell apart.
Ugh.
My mother actually cried. It was only one of the times I remember seeing my mother cry. She packed it up in the box and put it away and never pulled it out again.
Frankie, that puzzle was used. A new one sold for $59.99.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a puzzle once. It was called a schmuzzle puzzle. And all the pieces were the shape of a salamander. They were all the same exact, and it was a Bryce Canyon. If you've ever seen Bryce Canyon, it's all the same color too. You know, it's all that. You got the blue of the sky and then the red dirt of the mountains and stuff. So that took probably months to do because
so all the pieces were the same shape.
Exactly the same shape. So you had to basically go by the picture on the box and try to figure out. I mean, it was hard. My mom, dad, and I, we worked that for months. That's when I was a kid. My sister got it for me. She said, "This will keep Laurie occupied." It kept my mom and dad more occupied than me because I'd get frustrated and go out and play. You know, hey, you guys do it. I'm outside.
Yeah, we're all just trying to keep sane right now. Maybe we can. I don't know.
Go by the comps, Frankie, on how to price puzzles. Because I'll do a lot of them have the barcode and you can scan the barcode into eBay and it'll, and then it'll hit your sold and comps and go by that.
Yeah.
So
lots of puzzles.
But I figure, there was one just like it sold for almost $70. So I should at least try for 30, for this one.
Yep.
So I got kind of go like a half type thing if I can't find any comps on it. So as far as what they sold for used, that's just how I do it. Seems to work out for me.
Yeah.
And did you count the pieces? Did somebody ask you that before?
Oh yeah, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
2000. What do you want? And then Teresa says, "I need 5 of this." What?
That's a good way to make yourself crazy.
Yes. Absolutely.
I don't think I have any puzzles or games. I mean, I might in the garage. I have to go to the garage. No, not today. Not doing that today. I got other plans.
It seems like the more the pieces, the better they sell too.
Yeah.
I've got some that I listed that have like 300 pieces, and there's you got a lot of people looking at them, but they're not buying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the 500 up and more seems to go a lot better than anything below 500 pieces in what I'm experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know the Charles Wysocki and the what's the other one? Something Nelson.
I've sold some of the Charles Wysocki puzzles.
Yeah, I sell those all the time.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Is it Linda Nelson? Linda Nelson, something like that. Her stuff goes pretty good too. I think that's what it is. Let me look. Let's see.
I always look at puzzles that have that feature the name of the, you know,
Let's see.
the design or the artist, because
The one I just sold yesterday was Harbor Master, and then the other ones I sold was Springbok. That's a good brand too, especially
yeah,
if they're new.
Springbok.
If they're new sealed, you get $10 to $15 out of those, depending on the number of pieces. A used one, well, I mean used. I sold one for $9.99 used. You get 15 to 20 out of them new. What
Yeah,
is the other
Hank
one?
says count them in piles of 20 or 50. That way, if you
Yeah.
lose track at some point, you haven't lost track. Yeah.
Linda
That's a good
Nelson.
idea.
That's what it is.
Linda
Linda
Nelson.
Nelson and Charles. I see a lot of Charles Wysocki. If I see him, I grab them all the time. Usually the first aisle I go down in the thrift shop is toys. And I start in the very back
Really?
of the store. Well, I start in the very back, and I work my way towards the front, and then it's books
That is interesting.
and toys is where I hit. So, and all the toys, they got the games and the puzzles all together. So,
Where do you go first in a thrift shop, Valerie? You go to the clothes?
No, not normally. I will go down like it's kind of like a toy aisle, and then like miscellaneous, like housewares and stuff like that. I usually don't go to the clothes until the end, which is
Okay.
kind of weird. You would think that I
Yeah.
would hit that first, but it varies. It's kind of just whatever I'm feeling that day. But for the most part, I go down the aisles first because I know that the clothes are going to take me longer,
A long
and
time. Yeah.
so I just kind of go through there, and then I go to the flatware. I always pick up flatware,
I
and
never look at flatware. Never.
I have a whole big box of it that hasn't even been. There's some that's I've done research on. I haven't gotten it listed yet. But then there's the others that I need to go through, and but yeah.
On flatware, do you find that you make more per piece or per when you lot it together?
When I have pieces, I usually will lot the pieces together, whatever the pattern is, because usually it's a fork and 3 spoons or something like that. That's all the same pattern, and so I'll list those together. But usually, what I'll do is I'll go to replacements.com. And I'll look on there and see what they're selling per piece. And because some of their stuff, or well, the majority of their stuff is used on there. So I will just look and see what they have and what their prices are. And I usually cut that in half. And then that's what I'll list them for. That's kind of what I go by.
I just wondering because I have that Oneida Rogers pattern set, and I know the one spoon it's got like a shell pattern. It sells for $9.99 by itself. So I'm thinking, do I want to put it all together or try to sell each piece? Because I don't normally deal with flatware, but it was given to me.
Yeah.
With all that McDonald's stuff, she gave me all kinds of goodies, so that just happened to be in there.
Yeah.
So.
If you have several pieces, I would list them all together.
Okay. It is. It's not a full set, but you can tell it's all together. It's all the same from the same set.
Right. So I would just list them all together.
Now, what about cleaning it? Do you clean it or you just leave it as is? Because it has like a gold tone to it, but it also has like a rainbow effect to it that I don't know if that's from
varnish.
Yeah. So, and I didn't know, I don't normally deal with flatware, so I was like, do I try to clean it or to just leave that up to the buyer?
I usually just wipe it down. I'll
the
just
rag or
I'll just a cloth and just wipe it down and make sure there's no if I can get whatever's on there, if I can get it off and clean it a little bit, then but I don't go into like polishing it or I don't put a whole lot of time into it.
Okay, because that's on my list of things to research and list for this week. So
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does pretty good. It seems to, anyway. And
I have a bolo, not for me, like personally, but I've been noticing this kind of this like tennis shoe, and it's called
Just one?
no, two of them.
Sorry. I haven't been able to be a smart ass in a while. So.
It's called Balenciaga. They're from Paris. Balenciaga. And those tennis shoes used are selling between 300 and 400. Newer is 400 to 600
wow.
for these tennis shoes.
Wow.
Balenciaga, I would say.
Balenciaga, I think it's pronounced.
Balenciaga.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Balenciaga.
I think so.
Yeah, very
Hush it,
high
baby.
end tennis shoe.
Awesome.
Do you have them?
No, I wish I did.
Wow.
You can't really see very much from their photos, but it's got that thing. But I've noticed a couple of
Stainless steel flatware.
different pairs with that name on them that are selling for big money.
Huh. Yeah, Karen says, Sally, be careful. They might be fakes.
Yeah, I don't have them, but I'm just saying, like anything with that, that's high end like that, you definitely want to make sure that they're real.
Yeah.
Check the stitching, check all the, you could look them up and on Google, it should tell you like there's almost a link for everything now to tell if they're real or not.
Right.
What's that shirt?
Yeah, Fishing and Pickin says, buy the book, Stainless Flatware Guide. It's worth every penny. I get a lot of my information on thatreplacements.com because even if they don't have the item, because some of the patterns are out of, they don't have them physically and they're not for sale, but they'll still have them. There's a lot of information in there as far as patterns and what the names are, and that's really my my go-to for research on there. Yeah. Let's see. Charles says, good morning, Charles. He says, we're giving away all our stock. We're giving all our stock away. I've contacted several resellers to come and get it, but they want me to deliver it free, and that ain't happening.
Oh, well.
What kind of stock do you got?
And where are you at again? I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to, maybe if they pay for shipping, maybe you can just ship it. That's a possibility. I might be interested. I mean, sometimes it's hard to find people that are, that want to get rid of their stuff, but if you're only if you're in the area, can you take advantage of that? But if somebody's paying you're in Oklahoma, so if you're paying the shipping, that might be an option. Yeah, definitely let me know what you got, and I might be interested in that. But
I think Bambi's trying to chew a hole underneath my door.
Oh, did you kick her out?
Yeah, she went out with the other two.
Oh gosh.
Give her-
Let me in.
She's like,
This is
she,
not fair.
she is so clingy. Oh my goodness. That's like I said, it's ever since I had surgery, she has been up my butt. I start calling her hemorrhoid.
There's
Golly.
there's glass, not glass, or what do you call it, like china and plates and stuff. And I've never plates, cups, teacups, mugs and stuff. It's Ray Dunn, RAEDUNN.
Yes,
Everything.
that's a good brand.
Yeah, I had not seen that before, but there's a lot of that
Oh,
popping up right now.
I've
that
seen
pl-
those at the thrift shop.
That plate sold for $32.
Nice.
Not for me, but
Yeah, I've seen that before.
somebody got lucky.
I don't do a lot of plates, and I've been given a bunch, but I haven't gotten to them yet. So quit that, you little fart.
Sorry.
You're the old fart.
Sorry.
Oh.
That's the little fart. Sounds like she's chewing the paneling off my door.
Oh my God.
She's horrible.
Man. Yeah, Julie says Ray Dunn is huge right now. There was a couple of times where I seen certain stuff popping up on my car rate. And it's cute. It's cute stuff, and it's they have like different collections and stuff, of course, but it seems like a lot of the stuff has really
Ooh,
really nice artistic
it's
paintings.
like hand painted, yeah.
Yeah.
I just got a message from Pissin' Boots.
From who now?
Instead of Puss in Boots, it's Pissin' Boots.
Pissin' Boots.
That's what it. That's what it. PISSNBOOTS.
Yep.
Pissin' Boots.
Pissin' Boots.
That's like getting your shitting pants on.
Yeah.
Get your
Got my shitting
pissin'
pants, and I got my pissing boots on.
Pissin' pants and shitting pants. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Brown and yellow, right?
Yep. Yeah, Charles, I put a message in there in the chat for you. So if you get a chance, go and take a look. Let's see. They want to know how big or small these are. They're earrings. Come on.
Just say, well, they won't fit an elephant and look good, so.
I don't know. They're big. I don't know. How do you? I guess I'll have to measure them.
You have to do it in centimeters, I think.
What I hate is when you put those measurements in there and they still ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just reply, well, it's the measurements are in the description.
I usually will screenshot it and then
Mhm.
send that screenshot to them.
Yeah.
Like, hi, I found it. Why couldn't you? And sometimes I'm nice and I'm like, there's a little arrow and you gotta push the arrow and you'll see all of if they're asking for like,
Yeah.
a number of measurements or whatever, you just push the arrow and you'll see all of that. It'll go to a different screen.
Yeah.
I wish eBay would kind of like give tutorials for people, like make them do a tutorial when they first start.
When they do the app, when they get the eBay app.
Mhm.
Well, let's see here.
Or even put a little link. It's like, it says more info with the blue line under it. So they know to click that. Because you can't hardly
Yes.
see that little
Yeah,
arrow.
I know.
And some people they don't see it and they don't know, because especially if they're kind of new to eBay, they're like, where do we find more description? Then you know that they don't know where it's at. And I don't mind telling them. But when it's like somebody with 1,000 feedback and you're like, what size is that? Open it up and read,
How the hell you been doing this?
Yeah.
Because you can usually tell the generally confused ones and the ones that are just lazy.
Mike says he takes a picture with like a quarter or a dime, stuff that's small like that, so they can kind of get a.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Put it on a ruler and they can figure it out.
Yeah, tape measure, ruler. Yep.
There we go. That should be enough information.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just seen when somebody posted, said Nancy Pelosi's latest demand. She wants her sister's ruby slippers returned and vacation pay for the flying monkeys. Sorry, that's just funny. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. Oh, hush.
There's been some funny stuff going around on Facebook.
Oh man, they've got so much stuff. You could definitely lose your day just looking at them.
Some guy had a mural painted of her over a urinal.
Oh,
had her face and her mouth was a urinal. I like to die.
Wow.
Some people definitely get artistic when that comes about,
I think she needs to go. I think she's got some mental issues.
Yeah.
Although I did see a funny one with that Dr. Fauci saying that he created the perfect COVID-19 mask, and it was a big piece of masking tape over.
Yeah, saves millions of lives. I've seen that.
People are clever.
Mm-hmm.
Sally, you know what movie I watched the other day?
What?
That I absolutely loved, and it was that Peppermint.
It was good, wasn't it? Very good.
That is a very good movie.
Yeah, it is. That's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
What did we watch? Bloodshot. Bloodshot's good.
Is it?
I've seen that.
Yeah,
we watched Peppermint twice. We liked it so well.
Yeah,
I really like it too.
I've watched it a couple of times. But yeah, that's it. I mean, any of those, women and women rise up and
action.
I'm all over that. Like
we watched.
What is that? Enough?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With Jennifer Lopez. I watch that all the time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah. We watched Boondock Saints and Boondock Saints 2.
Is there a 2?
I had never seen the second one, and there is a 2.
Huh. I might have to look that one
it's good.
It's good.
It's really good. It's kind of funny, and you know how like that. They're, it's kind of racist. So to be honest, like if you have a problem with like people calling each other stuff, you might not want to see that. But
yeah,
it is the way that they are. They're like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's really good. It's really good. Yeah,
I'll have to watch that. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. Like I said, I watched one of my favorites is The Last Castle.
What?
The Last Castle.
Oh, where's that?
I had to buy it actually. I think it was on Prime. But
why you do that to me?
I didn't have to buy it. I rented it. it was $4.99 or $3.99 for a rental. And usually I don't do that because I'm a cheapskate, but I couldn't find it anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's a really good movie, and I've been wanting to watch it for a long time, so I just went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Bit the bullet. But yeah, you know how I am. I like I like prison movies. I like war movies, stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just
I think you'll like that
a
Bloodshot.
good one. I'll have to look at that. I like action. I don't like scary. I don't do scary at all.
Have you seen the new one I think it's called 1917, the newest war movie that's out?
I haven't seen that one yet.
They say it is really, really good. I haven't seen it yet either. So.
I'm waiting for it to come. I'm waiting for it to come out.
Yeah, it's
that
it's
one in
worth
the
seeing just
Midway.
for the props and the filmography and the scenes, and it's just so realistic.
I haven't seen the Midway yet either, and I want to see that. Well, is that a remake? The newest Midway, is that a remake of an older one?
I think so.
I think so too.
What is it called?
Midway.
It's called the Midway. It's about the battleship.
Midway. I never heard of that.
Have I seen the dead?
Oh, the old one was Charlton Heston and
I've got some old black and white photos of my dad.
Ernest Borgnine, I think.
I forget who was in that. My dad was on another ship, but they were in different ports throughout his time in the Marines, and he's got pictures of the Midway, right next to him, and following him out of port, and it's really cool.
Wow.
I told Teresa, I said I could probably sell those, but I won't because they were my dad's. I said I couldn't do that. So if anything, I'll create a mural in a frame, a collage of all of them, one big thing of all those photos. And he's got a picture of my mom, a really good picture of my mom, and on the back it has every place he's ever took her that photo.
Oh,
France, everywhere, Italy, all over the whole time he was touring on the waters. It's pretty cool. So mom's like, I ain't never been hardly out of the United States, but my picture's been all over the world.
Are you all old enough to remember surround sound in movie theaters?
Oh yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean the late 70s ish. They set up these huge speakers in theaters, and they had like vibrating cabinets with them. So all the low rumble or explosion sounds,
could feel
you would actually feel it.
Yeah.
The sound waves. And I remember that Midway was one of those, like when a plane took off of the deck of the battleship, it would just, the whole theater would shake. And I heard they had to ban each of those because they started causing structural damage in the theaters.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it would weaken concrete and mortar, and roof tiles would fall down on top of people in the theaters. So that one, and I think there was a King Kong that was had that effect, and there was another one that had.
Rita says, I remember that, Todd, when we saw Earthquake in theaters.
Yeah, Earthquake. Several of the disaster movies back then had that effect.
Wow.
It was like pulling in a drive-through, and the car behind you has those thumper speakers going. It was a little bit like that, only even more so.
Like Tora, that kind of movie. I like war movies, and I like the warplane movies, like the Memphis Belle. That's probably one of my favorites. And the Pearl Harbor, of course, that's the original Pearl Harbor, not the romantic one. That's a good one too, but I like the original Pearl Harbor movie.
Mhm. Yep.
But I
There's a lot
remember
of-
sitting and watching Tora with my dad when I was a kid.
Yeah, Rita says, Lori, have you seen the Dead Detective?
No, I haven't seen that. I haven't even heard of it.
She said it's about ghost hunters.
It's a spoof detectives.
Hmm.
I'll have to check it out.
They got a lot of good stuff on right now.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, now's the time to get their ratings up, you know, because people are just watching TV.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Netflix in a few days
Are you?
because I don't have it right now because I really want to see Tiger King.
I tried to watch it, and that guy just irritated the crap out of
It's
me.
It's a hot. They said
I
it's a
was
hot
like-
mess,
I was like,
and
nope,
it gets worse of it
Nope.
with each episode.
nope, nope, nope.
That's like our local weatherman. He's like, I can't stop watching it. It's just stupid, but I can't stop watching it. It's like
I've
a
heard
bad
people say
train
that.
wreck. You just can't look away. You
I'm up for that.
know?
I'm up for a train wreck.
Yeah, he's pretty out there. But
I'm loving the memes.
Mm.
I'm like
Oh,
going
I'm
on
sure.
Reddit and
Yeah.
stuff, and oh my god, the memes are so freaking hilarious. And I know almost all about the show that there is to know, I think, and I haven't even watched it yet.
Oh my
you
God.
know,
It's like the meme where it says, with the apocalypse, we expect this, and it shows what's his name from Walking Dead and this tiger. It says, but we get this.
yep.
The Tiger King, you know.
Or there's one girl on one side of the bed, and she's like thinking, I hope that we keep safe and that we don't get the coronavirus. And then the guy's on the other side of the bed, and he's thinking, I didn't know that I could buy a tiger for just $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Well, whenever you have something like that, somebody that it's like they're real people and they show their real colors, and they will whatever special you got going on, it'll sell because people like watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
People like a good train wreck too.
That's true.
Oh, I do. I mean, in a sense, I don't like watching people die or anything like that. I like the chaos sometimes, and to watch it from far away, where I don't have to be involved in it. Saving Private Ryan, yeah, that's a really good movie.
Yes, it is.
What? Charles said, hey, you girls hear about that woman in Cleveland, Ohio that had a baby, but she didn't know she was pregnant? There's probably lots of those.
I'm sure that happens.
Yeah.
It's probably a daily occurrence. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand how somebody can be pregnant and not know unless they're just totally not showing and not having any movement.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you, like when I was pregnant, my kids would move all the time.
Yeah.
And you could watch your belly and it would bloop, bloop, like they're surfing the waves in there, and see part of face and part of a face come out of your belly. It was like that. Like I could see his foot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't understand how people get you pregnant like that and not know.
I didn't know I was pregnant with AJ until almost 5 months because I was still
Really?
having my cycle. Yeah. And
Yeah.
my
Wow.
mom was the same way. And I found out because I had a really bad bladder infection. I ended up in the hospital, and they took, to do all the blood work and stuff, and said, "Congratulations." I'm like, "What do you mean, congratulations?" Says, "You're going to be a mother." I'm like, "What?" And I told the doctor, I said, "That's impossible. I still have my cycle every month." She said, "That's not totally uncommon." She said, some women do.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've heard that
Yeah.
happening.
Yep. So, and I had the same thing with Lacey too. It was, of course, with her, it was almost two. I was like 3 months along, and I thought, I better go take a pregnancy test because I kept getting small bladder infections, and so I went and took a pregnancy test. That's when I was pregnant with Lacey. I was like, well, I'll be damned. So I was one of those rare people. I'll tell you something really weird. I had AJ in 17 minutes on the 17th, and I had Lacey in exactly 21 minutes on the 21st.
Wow. That's weird.
It is weird. Because that's when it first happened with AJ, I had set a hospital record. That's the fastest any child had been born at that time at that hospital. And they're like, "Oh, look, you're 17 minutes on the 17th." I thought, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But then when it happened with Lacey, I'm like, "Now wait a minute."
There's something, yeah.
There's something weird here.
Yes.
Charles says that she was one of the hospital's OBGYNs.
Wow. Out of anybody, you would think that she would know,
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Maybe it was too much right in front of her face. All right. Have a good day, Charles. Good to
Bye,
see you.
Charles.
Bye, Charles.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to I think I'm going to work on some jewelry today and some clothing. I got to get this pile down. I'm just almost done with your stuff, Sally. So
Oh, are you? Okay.
whenever it is that you are ready, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of things going on today. Not anywhere else, just here.
Yep.
And probably nobody else would think that was something crazy and special and everything, but yeah, we're going to get some good sales today. I know it.
I hope so.
I know it.
Don't send any more juju. We can't afford eBay to break it.
She broke eBay yesterday.
I know, I never could get on.
I'm like, we got all these freaking listings to list, and we can't freaking do anything because Valerie broke eBay.
I was like, I broke it. What happened?
Because it was like right after the show.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? And what's really funny is eBay for Business did a thing yesterday too, and it was right before it freaking broke.
Yep.
It's like, come on.
Yep.
Come on.
They did it. I didn't do it. They did it. They broke it.
How's your kitty?
He's doing good.
Aww.
Yeah.
Such a cutie. He kind of looks like Milo.
Mm-hmm.
He had a rough few weeks of it. I think he missed his brother.
Yeah.
He's a cutie.
He is.
He's a big cat, isn't he?
He is actually. He'll be 19 years old in April.
Is that Nikki?
Yeah.
That's Nikki, yeah.
Yeah, Patch will be 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's showing signs of going downhill. He's starting to lose weight, lose fur. He's not really keeping himself up like he did. His hair's kind of everywhere.
Yeah, that was with Jackie. He really started to lose weight. Not Nikki, he's fat.
Because Patch was big like that. He had the big head, and he's starting to show his age. So.
Mike said it's a trick. I had my hands up. She sucked out my mojo. Don't do it.
I was like, I didn't do nothing.
We thought she was giving it. She was taking it.
I had y'all fooled, I guess, huh? So, all right. Well, you know what time it is. It's 10 o'clock. Time to get busy. Time
Yeah.
to rock eBay. But don't rock it too hard.
Yeah. Don't break it.
No,
Don't
break
rock the
it.
boat, baby. Rock the boat. Tip the boat over. Sorry.
I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow.
bye
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.